just kind of like, it's like a made up goal, but I'm giving myself 2 hours. I'm putting the timer on. All of a sudden it does force you kind of in the way that Tony Robbins talks about, which is like get into a peak state and then do your thing. Like his whole thing is like every day starts with like, yes, 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 like getting into that hyped up mode, and then you're focused, and then you do your work when you're doing your work, and then you relax when you're relaxing. If you got something, let it rip.
I'm never going to do this again.
Everybody grapples with this idea that you're really a fraud.
Like, I'm alive.
And that's when it clicked with me. And I thought, these are not superheroes. These are just men that can do super things.
This is Matt Del Negro, and you are listening to the new stripped down 10,000 No's. Today's episode was ripped directly from one of my Working Actors Community Zooms, where I've been mentoring actors since 2021. If you want to find out how you can become a part of this community, stick around to the end.
What we do here is go back.
No, I agree. And that's like my high school football coach was very much like that. It's just, yeah, you can, again, control what you can control. And the rest of it, if you're looking too far ahead, you're going to lose that game because you're, which happened to us. We were at one point, but had a big game. We were 5-0, and I knew it. Actually, I said, like, I could tell during the week, and I kind of like tried to warn everybody, and we got beaten by a team that we should have beaten, and it's frustrating. And that is, yeah, to your point about when you're working and you're focused, I do agree. Like, I've had this thing where lately, over the last several months, I think you would probably agree just from me coming in. There are times when I'm just like, I felt like tired and just whatever. And then that moment a couple of weeks ago when I said, I'm going to get these things scheduled, it was just kind of like, it's like a made up goal, but I'm giving myself 2 hours. I'm putting the timer on. All of a sudden it does force you kind of in the way that Tony Robbins talks about, which is like get into a peak state and then do your thing. Like his whole thing is like every day starts with like, yes, 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 like getting into that hyped up mode, and then you're focused, and then you do your work when you're doing your work, and then you relax when you're relaxing. And sometimes I am more like everything's weaving into each other. I'm thinking about things while I'm, it depends. I mean, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But yeah, I would say it doesn't have to be like, even when I'm talking about the Mickey Brash tape, that doesn't mean I can't be writing right now. That might actually get me to go, okay, you only have an hour to do the Mickey Brash stuff today. And then you got, 2 hours to write. But like, it's almost just kind of, in a way, like what you're saying, Bryce, it's like being more conscious of what it is you're doing, so that when you're doing it, you're really doing it. And then it gives you time to also do the other thing. I think that's where you say you need something done, give it to a busy person, because a busy person, busy in the right way though, like a focused person. Some people, I've been guilty of at a certain point where I'm like, oh, I'm busy. I'm like, what am I doing? Like even to the golf thing, it's like, I was talking to Deirdre's cousin, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should play. And I was like, I should just go play Lido, which is this local thing. I could play. I'm like, once a month. That's all. Just go play. Just so it's like, it's not that far off, as like not playing for a year. And he goes, yeah, you could go during the day, like with your work schedule, like what? And I totally could. It's like, but no, I'm busy, like, it's like, what am I doing? That's so, sometimes I feel like, what am I doing?
I think you make a really good point though, too, about like being mindful of what you're doing and making sure that you have the right intention around it. Cause yeah, if you're going to play golf just to avoid other things, that's probably not the best thing. If you're like going because you're like, oh, I think this is a cool experience and I might get something out of it, and you're really lit up by it, I think that's totally valid. And I'm like, I don't know, my best ideas come too when I'm like walking, or like, I think you need And I read something earlier this week about how creativity is born out of isolation. And I think that's like a yes and no. But like I do notice when I am alone, I am much more productive on any sort of like writing or even like auditions. Like I do need that space. We kind of were talking about that earlier today of like, you need that space to like get all the noise out and be like, okay, what's coming to the surface and what is there? And then I have those moments and then I go back in the world and then I see all this stuff and then I get inspired by that and I come back and then go in my little corner and whatever. But
that's what this space is great for. I mean, it's like, this is a space where I'm kind of here and nobody else is here for the most part. All right, that's it. If you dug this clip enough that you want to become a part of this community, just go to 10,000nos.com to join. In the meantime, thank you for listening or watching. We're glad you're here. And remember, failure is just opportunity in disguise. You can flip the script and make your setbacks serve you. See you next time.